I am live. We are live from this is the Pensman Sports. Penguins are up 2-0. Duke wins against North Carolina. I got the Southern Fried Gentleman, JD Wyatt here, and we are here. And I don't know if you guys are happy or not, but you gotta live with it. If you can't eat your cake, you gotta eat it. So we got the Eagles, we got the Chiefs Super Bowl this coming Sunday, not tomorrow, next Sunday. So, JD, any comments, any thoughts?
Oh yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me on. Appreciate you guys. We've got all the comments pouring in already over here. It looks like love it, love to see it. Y'all keep them rolling. We've got tons of interesting conversation coming up. I've got some facts. I've got some stats that I'm going to share with you guys about the Chiefs and the Eagles. And then, of course, you mentioned a few of your teams. My team, the Gamecocks, it still does not appear that they're going to get their first SEC win. They are currently down 35-25 to Texas A&M. Excuse me, make that 38-26. So, yeah, things are getting out of control in Columbia, South Carolina. And things are absolutely getting out of control at Bowman Gray Stadium in North Carolina, where the Clash for NASCAR is taking place. These guys, man, I'm telling you what, I didn't think there was going to be much passing, but they are beating and banging their way around this small track in this heat race. So the big race will be tomorrow for the Clash, but so far so good for ratings and racing, it seems, from Bowman Gray Stadium.
So we got the chat moving, and whatever the situation is, I don't care what the situation is, deal with it. I'm not your therapist. I don't get paid to be your therapist. So whatever happens, just get over it. Seriously, really, just get over it. So, you said about the stats. Let's go to the stats. Chiefs and Eagles, what's the history like, JD?
Well, let's start off with their overall record against one another. That comes out to a 6-5 record in the Chiefs' advantage right now. Chiefs own a 6-5 record. However, their most previous meeting in 2023, the rematch of the Super Bowl from 2022, the Eagles did manage to get a win in the regular season. However, we do know what the Chiefs play like in the playoffs. Special players, they can just turn it up to another level in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes, Michael Jordan, the greats, Tom Brady, all of those guys, when it is clutch time, when it's time to perform, they turn it up to a different level. So this Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl, though, is going to be very entertaining. The one thing I will say, and I don't know if I'm going to make a pick per se. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to bet against Mahomes. I'll tell you that right now. But let me see what the Eagles, what their mindset is kind of leading up to the game. If they're talking about playing physical football and trying to dominate time of possession and play keep away from Mahomes with Barkley and Jalen Hurts running the football, the Chiefs, like I said, I've got stats for you guys. The Chiefs here were 28th in total defense. I mean, I've got even more. We've got the Chiefs yards 12th, Eagles 30th. That's passing yards. 28th and 31st in tackles. 18th, 13th in sacks. They're both 12th in interceptions. Points per game, 15. The Eagles are 7th. And then you get down to the good ones down here, though. Net yards rushing given up, 31st for the Eagles. They rank 31st in net yards rushing given up.
Hold on. Do you think that will hurt them in the Super Bowl?
I don't think the run game will. I mean, honestly, you got to look out for Mahomes.
They're 31st, though. They're 31st. Do you think that there's only one team better?
Right.
But do you think that'll hurt them?
No, I don't. I can't. We've seen the Eagles, though. That 7 rushing touchdowns just the other week.
Chuck's here, by the way, JD.
Hey, what up, Chuck? Appreciate you being here.
Just want to let you know.
Hey, who is Pencilman Sports, by the way?
That's Joshua Dorr.
I like that name. That name. We got Pensman, we got Pensman, we got Pencilman. Also, both of them ranked first in the amount of sacks given up. So they don't get sacked very often, neither of these teams.
No.
I trust the Philadelphia Eagles to run the ball better than the Chiefs. And to me, that's got to be the Eagles' bread and butter, though, was my main point to that. They got
Hold on. The Steelers did stop Barkley. If the Chiefs stop Barkley, is that going to be a factor?
oh yeah. Oh, that'll be bad news. I know
Yeah.
I don't know Mark Livingston, big Philadelphia Eagle fan. He might be out here listening. He told me just the other day though. I think this was the Eagles Commanders game.
Yeah, the Commanders, that's the only good that I said this morning in my other show. And if you missed that show, go watch that show. But that was the only complete game that I don't watch the Eagles game, but that's the only complete game that I've seen. And we're not ignoring the chat. We're going through stats. Once we get through the stats, he'll go through and talk about the comments. Just relax, Highland.
Mm-hmm.
Just relax.
Mm-hmm. Highlighter man, why are you ignoring me? No, we're not. Yeah,
we are going through our first segment, and then once we get through our first segment, we will go through the chat. Just relax.
Oh yeah, he's got a good. Some highlighter's got a good question up here. This is a travesty. Oh man, all right, don't get me riled up. Y'all don't get me riled up. I can get feisty if I need to. No, you're good. But all the stats. The Eagles
Would
though.
Would you rather see the blow up the Eagle? It don't matter. The Eagles should win. The world shouldn't be blown up. If the world blew up, then there won't be any football game.
No, yeah, that would be good.
No, that's where I'm coming from with that.
Can we chill out with the planes crashing though? We've already had 2 in the last video. We need to, we got to get a hold of the planes crashing thing. That one last night in Philadelphia looked like a rocket. And I'll tell you who's going to look like a rocket. Saquon Barkley for the Eagles. He's going to make one long run. It'll be a good game. But what I was going to say though, also,
go ahead.
Mark, he told me the other day, he was like, dude, Jalen Hurts can throw for 180 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 0 interception. No, this was against the Commanders or their first playoff game. This is a few weeks ago.
All right.
But he had so much confidence in Saquon. He said Jalen Hurts just has to throw for 180 yards. Don't turn the ball over, no touchdowns, and they'll win the game. And sure enough, they won the game. It was their first round playoff game against the Bucs. That's who it was when they played the Buccaneers. He said it was 180 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. I think they'll need much more effort from Jalen Hurts than that this game against the Chiefs if they want to win. But again, I'm handing it to Saquon. And you can catch Spagnuolo in some blitz, though. So, yeah, we can hit some comments after you get your thoughts in. We'll hit the comments. We'll clear those up, and then we can talk about a few other stats.
Then we can make everybody happy and cheerful, and this will be a happy, joyful place.
Yeah, everybody warm and happy inside, warm and fuzzy.
If the Eagles play like they did against the Commanders and the Chiefs, we'll see. I don't know. I've seen a lot of Super Bowls with the Chiefs, so I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I've seen a lot of Super Bowls. Will Jalen Hurts throw up like McNabb threw up? Well, the injury, if somebody gets injured, if that one injury, Brandon Graham's coming back, will he be a factor? Brandon Graham was out the whole year, but will he be a factor from coming back? He won't be doing a lot of snaps. You got to think about that. Nobody said anything about Brandon Graham coming back, but I did. And if you guys aren't subscribed to any of our channels, just to let you know, you heard it from both of us that Brandon Graham's playing. So.
Yeah, there's no chance he's sitting out this game.
No. He sat out the whole year, so he had a torn pectoral, so he's coming back.
Right. And I will say this one other thing, too, about Jalen Hurts.
What's that?
He is the first quarterback ever to lose his first Super Bowl and make it back to a second one. Not even the Philadelphia Eagles' own Donovan McNabb did it. Jake Delhomme didn't do it.
Hold on. Cam Newton did that.
Yeah, Cam Newton did. Yeah, he didn't make it back to a second one after he lost his first.
I thought he did with the Panthers.
No, he only went to the one. Yeah.
Okay. No, I thought it was Panthers and Buccaneers that did. So the Panthers and the what's it called?
Yeah, no,
Bron-
Cam, he lost that
Broncos.
one. Yeah, he
Was-
lost that one in 2015. Never went back to another one.
Okay,
So
I thought he went back to it.
no, not back to the Super Bowl. Either way, he said he'll keep his MVP and he won't trade it for a Super Bowl. But
No,
here, hey,
that comment was so stupid.
it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Here, let's clear out these comments for these guys over here, and then if you want, we can talk about a few other. I want to give some other stats about the Eagles and the Chiefs before we move into the prop bet stuff.
Yeah, just make these guys happy first.
Yeah, let's do that.
Go ahead.
Oh, let's see. Do I have the ability to show them? Let's see. Let me get back up here to the top. We've got Madmouth. Let's see. Pencilman, he chimed in and said, no, I don't have the ability to show them.
I do. Where you want me to start at?
Let's see here. Where? Because we had Highlighter, man. He was up there. He said, what is my favorite Southern fried food? Honestly, chicken fried steak.
There you go.
Give me chicken fried steak with a little bit of sausage gravy on top.
There we
That
go.
absolutely.
I got this for you. I got this for you. So.
And then, I can fry chicken. I can fry pickles. We can fry mozzarella sticks. We can fry our opinions. All of that good stuff. Why is the chat being ignored? We're not. This is a travesty. Gamecock Chuck, what's up, brother? He was at a basketball game earlier. He had some good shots from a basketball game.
Did he really?
Highlighter. Yeah, he was at Lenore Rhine. And
what size does Mahomes wear? I don't know. Probably 14, 15. Like the size of his brain cells. I don't know.
Here, no, I can find out. We'll find that out. Give me 1 minute.
Go ahead.
We'll find that out.
We got all the time in the world, so go ahead.
Shoe size. I'm sure it's right here on the internet. I mean, good gracious. You can literally find anything you want to on the internet. Let's see. He's 6'2". I do know that. Let's see if I can find his shoe size.
I'm going to ignore that one because it's spelled wrong, and I'm not going to put that up. So, because you spelled my name wrong. Sorry. Just let you know, you spelled my name wrong. So, that's not good.
Hey, people call me DJ, TJ,
yeah, but
MJ.
I'm not gonna be doing that. No. You're not gonna be calling me that. Screw that.
What they call? I missed that one.
I'll tell you if you can't find it.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, autocorrects. Hey,
yeah,
that just means he types that word a lot. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I know. I got you. Are you guys covering the Super Bowl? I might. I don't know about you, JD. Are you covering the Super Bowl?
I'll probably do some shorts or something along that line. Yeah, I mean it depends. I prefer to watch.
I have to see what I'm doing. Will Drake survive the Kendrick roasting him in the bowl? Probably.
He'll survive, but
I don't know.
It'll probably be a diss track will come out that next day.
He might be butthurt after a while, but.
And do I enjoy being on the South Florida Tribune there from Highlighter, man? Yeah, of course. I love any exposure I can get in front of a microphone, share my opinion, vent, have a good time. That's what we're really here to do. Have fun, have a good time, be blessed, not stressed, and just be kind to one another. Dang it. That's the 3 rules on Southern Fried Sports.
There you go. Jesse's 5'6", basically.
Yeah, here, and let's see here. I was looking up that shoe size.
Who's Jesse?
Who is Jesse? Jesse is 5'6", basically. I don't know.
George, who's Jesse? We don't know who Jesse is. The only Jesse I know is Jesse James, but I know you're not talking about him.
I got the shoe size, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Mahomes wears a size 12. Therefore,
I have a bigger shoe size, Patrick.
I'm a 10. Like 9.5, 10, just depending on the brand, and he's a 12.
I wear a size 13.5, Patrick. Now and what? You might have you might have more rings, but I have the bigger foot.
and so I've shouted this out before on my show before too, Pensman. You know the Sir Mix-a-Lot song, right? 36, 24, 36. That's only if she's 5'3".
Right.
All right. So we got Patrick Mahomes coming in at 6'3". 50, 36, and 16.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
He's got a 16-inch waistline.
I probably got him beat on that too.
16. That can't. They must have put this backwards somehow. 50, 36, 16.
Is that from Madden?
No, this is from let's see,
It's
credit
it's
of
it's healing. It's healing Highland.
Celebs Fitness. This is according to Celeb Fitness. There's no way though that this guy is 50, 36, 16. I call bullcrap.
Pencilman, keep it to the topics, bro. Keep it to the topics. No one's here to do that. I'm not putting that up. So just
Y'all
keep
are
it to the topics.
unhinged. Just make sure y'all hit like and subscribe. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's worry about doing the things that matter first. And then whenever we get off, we can talk about doing other things, Pencilman. Oh, goodness gracious. Y'all are wild. But yeah, there you go. Shoe size for Patrick Mahomes is a size 12.
There
And
you
then
go.
here was the other couple of stats, and these don't necessarily matter as much to the game.
I'm having a great night, JD. Penguins are about to win 2-0. Duke just beat North Carolina by 18. What a night. Oh, what a night.
It is. It's a great day. I mean, you've got the Royal Rumble. You've got college basketball, had some great games. Iowa State got smoked at home today by Kansas State. Number 3 in the country, Iowa State. They got smoked.
Hold on, JD. I'll let you. The Penguins are playing the Predators. I'll let you handle this one.
Do I think Podwika? I'll be honest, I don't even know who that is. But I'll find out. And I'll tell you. No, I don't.
Wow. You're supposed to be a Southern boy.
Yeah, I am, but I can't say that I've ever Podwika. Where do they play?
I think he plays for Clemson, I think.
I've literally never heard that name. The only Podwika that shows up when I first search is Deborah. She's got a, I don't even know what she is. She's a MA, CSM. Let's see. About chemistry. No, we didn't.
Do you guys see my message about
Podwika
chemistry?
is a great
Yes, we saw the message about chemistry, and I appreciate that. I'm trying my best. Scott and Candy are on their way to the Super Bowl right now. They should be there tomorrow morning. I'm just trying to keep the channel active as much as I can for them until they get back.
Of course, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop content.
He's a great prospect.
Yeah, I'm still looking. I'm gonna assume since he's a great prospect, let's hope he gets drafted. I don't.
Can you help him out with the first name since he's trying to look him up?
Yeah, Pencilman, help me out with that first name. Who is Podwika?
Well, we got all the chat. The chat should be good for a little bit. Is everybody happy now? Happy, shiny people now?
I know the cockles of my heart are very warmed.
What's the next segment, man? The Eagles are picked to win by 65%. Do you think that's going to happen? 65%. Kyle.
Kyle Podwika. Okay, gotcha. I think 65%. What's weird is it's 1.5 points. So
right.
To me, 1.5 points
Patrick
would
Mahomes
equal like 53%.
So the Eagles have to get Patrick Mahomes in a safety with 30 seconds to go in the game. Patrick Mahomes has to get a safety, and then the spread's covered. Good luck.
Well, you always see these backdoor covers and stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's probably going to change by next Sunday anyway.
Oh, no wonder I don't know Podwika. He's a hockey guy.
Mini Ollie. Okay.
Unless I'm looking at the wrong one. The only Kyle Podwika I see is a hockey guy. So yeah, I don't know.
65%.
Yeah, I don't know anything about hockey. But yeah, 65%. That percentage just seems weird to me. Like if the point spread's only 1.5.
You're up against a 2-time champion going for the three-peat, and Las Vegas wants to get the Philadelphia Eagles that only beat the New England Patriots by luck in 2017 by 1.5 points and 65% Las Vegas. Are you partying too much out in Las Vegas to give the 2-time champions less than 65?
Right. Well, what I mean though is I just feel like the 1.5 point spread to me equals more of a 53 or 54% chance of the Chiefs winning. Like if they have a 65% chance of winning, to me that would scream a 4 to 5 point spread, not 1.5. So I don't know if they're trying to get the number. I don't understand what they're trying to do with that 1.5 number. You're not enticing anybody really either way to bet at that point, I don't think. But Vegas is very rarely wrong too. So I mean, who am I to judge? I don't know.
And speaking of betting, if you guys do bet US and go under Sideline Sports and then go there and then you get a discount on that and see what happens. And see if you get a discount. I personally don't bet because I got in trouble when I was younger. We're not going to go into that details. JD, I don't think, do you bet?
No, I don't. I'm down here in South Carolina, so we just now recently got to where we could do prize picks and things like that. Of course, I could drive an hour and 30 minutes up the road to North Carolina, but I'm not going to go do that just to go place a few bets.
And if you ask me, betting in sports, the way that it is now, compared to when I was younger, because there's a little age difference between you and me, JD, that should not even be in the system. What should be is what was when I was younger and going to a friend and be like, yo, I got 20. You got 20 on the game? Give me 20. That's it. But going to DraftKings, go here, go there, that should not be illegal. That should not be, period. I don't care if you're a bettor out there. You can disagree with me, but it is. I wish.
How old am I then?
Yo, I just got the best compliment of my life.
That is a good one.
Yeah, I wish I was 26.
That is a good one. And speaking of 26, so I did have a couple other stats that I wanted to mention before we go over to. We just mentioned how bad betting is. We're going to talk about a few prop bets, though.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so I wanted to mention these two as far as the Eagles and the Chiefs as a franchise. So the Philadelphia Eagles. And we had this discussion a little bit before we came on.
Hey, you're 34 years old, Southern. You're older than me.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm close. Yeah, good enough. I'll take it. I got a little gray. If you can't tell. So I'm good with that. 34 works.
All right.
No, he said 44. Good gracious. No, I ain't no 44. Golly. You're getting compliments and I'm getting run out the barn over here.
Hey, you're older than me, so take it. Just take it. You're older than me. So that
age
works.
and beauty. Age and beauty,
works.
I guess.
That works.
So what do you guys make of this, though? The Eagles, they've played 92 football seasons from 1933 to 2024. According to Pro Football Reference, they have a 638 win record with 639 losses and 27 ties. They are a mediocre 28-26 in the playoffs. Is that not shocking to you? To me, I feel like the Eagles have always been a little more successful than that. And to me, here you are with them having a 500 record, both in the regular season and in the playoffs. You would think that they're like the greatest NFL franchise, the way their fans act.
You got to remember, they're not as good. They didn't have the money. They didn't have the coach. Nick Sirianni, for some reason, is turning the Eagles around somehow. They didn't have the draft picks. They drafted horrible, especially when I was younger. When I was a kid, the Eagles were a laughingstock. Now that I'm older, I wish it was like they were a laughingstock, but now that I'm older, they got better.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Howie Roseman, he should be the GM of the year for the last 3 years. All three of his first 3 rounds of the draft over the last 3 years all contribute to the team in one way or another. Right. They have absolutely nailed the draft the last 3 years. And so to me, though, it just really struck me as weird that the Eagles are only a 500 ball club. I really thought it would be a little bit better than that because I remember when they had McNabb and those guys, they were 10 wins a year. So, I mean, how how bad was their record before this 20 years ago? And then here's the one for the Chiefs. I wanted to give you guys the full one on the Chiefs, a little background on them. 65
Before you
seasons.
do that,
Yeah, go ahead.
do that, when they were younger, they were only averaging 9 wins when I was a kid.
Mhm.
When they had, I forget who the quarterback was, but they were averaging 9. I think it was Cunningham.
Yeah,
it
I was
Cunningham?
trying to think who was before McNabb.
Yeah,
And
but
see, I probably couldn't
when
tell you.
Cunningham was, they were averaging 9 wins when I was a
Mhm.
kid, and Dallas used to take over that division, and the Giants took over that division. So you got to think of that too.
Right. Yeah, it really just struck me as weird that they were a 500 team. This is the one, and the reason I was more surprised is because when I saw the Chiefs, though. So the Chiefs, they've played for 65 seasons from 1960 to 2024. They are 547, 441, and 12. So they have 106 more wins than they do losses, which granted, a lot of that has come since Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid have come there. So they might have been like that 500 team, but you see how far they've been able to stretch this out over the last few years. Patrick Mahomes already the leading passer in all-time history for the Chiefs.
Well,
32,352
you gotta remember they had Elvis Grbac and they had Joe Montana, the old. Oh, remind you guys, they had the old Joe Montana. Joe Montana left when his prime in San Francisco, and then when he was in his older years, he went to go to Kansas City. So the Kansas City got the old Joe Montana. So
yeah, and then they also
I'm just trying to help you understand the stats a little bit.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Chiefs. Yeah, they had a long history there where they were not very good. They were definitely like one of the bottom teams in the NFL there for a while. And then they boast a 26-21 playoff record. They have a total of 7 Super Bowl appearances with 4 wins. And they won 5 championships. I don't know if those numbers are included altogether. But man, should be an epic battle though between these two teams.
Is that Super Bowl era or is that before the Super Bowl era?
Well, the one with the championships one, it has an asterisk next to it. So I don't know if that includes the Super Bowl.
Because the fans, that's you know how fans are.
Right. I'm assuming it's 5 total, 4 of them being Super Bowls, and the one that they won way back.
Okay, because that's
before the merger.
Because that's important to fans. That's during Super Bowl era. Shut up, Eagles fans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would have been. I think it was like the 1962.
Okay.
They won the championship. 1969, they won a Super Bowl. Let's see. And then we've got 2019 won the Super Bowl. 2022 won the Super Bowl. 2023 won the Super Bowl.
Don't you think
they have a total of 4 Super Bowls and 1, I guess it would be AFL championship? Yeah, AFL championship.
Do you think it's ironic that the Chiefs never changed stadiums and the Eagles have? The Eagles had to get rid of Veterans Stadium and get Lincoln Financial Field, and then the Chiefs always had Arrowhead. Don't you think it's a little ironic?
I mean, a little bit, but if I remember right, wasn't the field for Philadelphia just in absolutely horrendous shape? Wasn't it? It wasn't level, caused a lot of injuries, very hard.
It was turf, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that. So, no, I mean, when you build things right the right way the first time, they'll usually stick around for a little bit, which is crazy now. We've got all these new NFL teams.
George, I don't know anything about Crazy Frog. Sorry. I don't know anything about Crazy Frog. I can't help you there.
I don't know Crazy Frog either. But I think he might have been talking about what Highlighter said there too, about our favorite shows on Netflix.
Yeah, I usually watch sports stuff on Netflix.
So. I'm a sports guy. I'm a Family guy, American Dad guy. I like a good movie. I don't really. My wife, man, she'll watch all the murder stuff on Netflix. I'm not much into Netflix. Not much into it. Give me a Matt Rife comedy show. How about that?
Here's a question for you.
Do I work in the IT industry? I look like I do. Hopefully that means I look smart. But no, I do not. I work in a Michelin warehouse currently. And cover some Furman basketball games. I write for GreenvilleSportsMedia.com. So, I mean, I know a little bit about a little bit, but I certainly don't know a lot about IT. That is for sure.
So, do you have any background on the Chiefs since you talked about the Eagles?
Just the ones with the Chiefs when I gave their overall record, 547, 441 overall. They they had a 26-21 playoff record, and then they had the 4 Super Bowls, the 5 championships. I mean, to me though, it's just, I mean, I know at this point it's all Chiefs, but the Eagles fans act like they have as many championships as the Chiefs do.
There's another question for you. Like Michelin tires?
Like Michelin tires. Yes, that would be correct. That would be accurate. Michelin tires, Uniroyal tires, BF Goodrich tires. Yeah, if I've seen one, I've seen them all. As a matter of fact, hey, if you want to know a cool trick, if you ever go to get tires, if you look for that little box on your tire, it's going to have 4 numbers. The first 2 numbers are the week. The last 2 numbers are the year. So here we are in year 2025. And if somebody tries to sell you tires from 2022 or 2023, all you got to do is look at the tire, look at that little box. If it says 2023, that means that those tires were made the 20th week of the 2023 year. So in 2025, I don't know if I'd buy those tires. Just a little tidbit there for you from Southern Fried Sports.
So I've been putting out shorts on my channel about the Chiefs. Do you think the refs have anything to do with if the outcome of next Sunday's game?
I hope not. I can't
I
say
hope
that
not either, but it's just
I don't
something that
know.
popped in my head.
I posted so many missed calls. There was a missed face mask. There was the Josh Allen literally pointing out the holding on one of his receivers down the field. Like literally, he's in the pocket and he, I thought he was directing traffic. But when they show the replay, he's actually pointing out a hold to the referees that does not get called.
Right.
There's no possible way that there can be this huge conspiracy for it just to be the Chiefs to win. Do I think the NFL wants the Chiefs to win? Yes. I think it's good for their marketing. I think it's good to have Taylor Swift there.
And do you know Tom Brady's going to be there commentary watching Patrick Mahomes probably getting his 4th ring?
I mean, I kind of hope Mahomes does just for that fact. I'd be fine if he surpassed Brady. I mean,
Hi, Tom.
I'm sick of the Chiefs winning too, though. I am. I'm like I said, I'm sitting here watching some NASCAR. I got tired of it when Jimmy Johnson won 5 straight championships. I don't like to see the same team, same people, same person winning all the time. Spread the wealth around a little bit. How about that? Especially if the NFL has anything to do with it. Spread the love. Give my Panthers the Super Bowl, man. Come on.
I can't stand the Commanders, but they deserve a shot. The Lions deserve a shot. I hate to tell you this, guys, because I'm a Steelers fan, but the Browns need a shot. And I can't stand the Browns, but they need a shot in the Super Bowl. It'll be nice to see somebody different in the Super Bowl.
Right. That's what I wanted this year. I didn't pick it. But I said it's what I wanted. I picked the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Right.
And right now, yeah, I mean, I'm leaning Chiefs. I want to see that first quarter from the Eagles. If the Eagles can hold on to the ball, have a long drive, Saquon Barkley running the ball, it'll be interesting to see if they can play keep away from Patrick Mahomes. Because the Chiefs rushing defense is
that just gave me an idea. Can the Eagles keep the ball from Mahomes and keep him sitting?
That's the recipe. In my opinion, that is the recipe. If
Right.
Mahomes isn't on the field, he can't do Mahomes things. The
Right.
referees can't protect him. I'm the Eagles, man. I'm 4 yards of play, busting it down their throat, and I'm giving Mahomes as few chances as possible to touch the ball. I know
Right.
I mean, it's easy for me to sit here and say. It's a whole other thing for them to go out there and do it. But
Right.
that is the recipe, in my opinion, for them to win the game.
It's interesting. We'll see what happens.
And
Are
so,
you gonna
hey, speak.
Are you
Go
gonna
ahead. Go ahead.
watch it? Are you gonna watch it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Okay.
I don't want
Because there's
to.
a lot of
but
there's a lot of people that are gonna boycott it and watch something else and do
I
this and do
don't
that.
believe them for a minute. I don't believe that for a minute. The Super Bowl will set a record for the most viewed Super Bowl ever. It does it every year. These people will say they're not watching it, but it'll be on in the background wherever they are. I can put it
Right.
to you like that.
Oh yeah.
They
They're
might not
probably
pay attention to it, but
they're probably not
it'll
gonna
be on.
they're probably not gonna like focus on it like they usually do.
I mean, who does with Super Bowl parties and things these days?
That's true.
It's all a big social gathering. Y'all, I mean, do you got all the guys in the chat? Would you prefer to stay at home and watch the Super Bowl and make your own food and not have to worry about mingling with a big old social gathering? Or would you prefer to go to a Super Bowl party? Because me, I'm gonna tell you now, I'm cooking wings. I'm gonna cook whatever, buffalo chicken dip, guacamole, salsa, whatever. I'm gonna be at the house, and one of my 4 TVs will be me on the Super Bowl.
I'll be watching.
Chuck,
I'll be watching reruns of I Dream of Jeannie.
you're lying, Chuck. You're lying. Hey, try that YouTube TV. Maybe you can put Super Bowl and I Dream of Jeannie up at the same time.
It's in New Orleans. That's where it's at. And
He
that's
said,
and that's a
he
good
said
question. That's a
when.
good.
He
That
said
brings me
when.
when. It's next year. It's next week.
He's
But
like, I don't even know when the Super Bowl is. Yeah, Chuck is
I'm
right.
not
He's
an
not
NFL
a.
player.
He
I'm
said
not
I'm
an
not an
NFL
NFL
guy.
guy. Yeah, he
But
does. He tells me that a
that
lot.
brings me to my next question. Should the Super Bowl be played outside?
In New Orleans, I mean, I'm fine.
I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about the upcoming years.
Should they all be played outside?
Going forward, is everybody getting tired of indoor? Are you getting tired of indoors? Because every Super Bowl has been indoors for the last 30 years at least. In the early years, it was outdoors, but I'm talking about the last 30, 40 years, whatever it was. I can't keep track of it, but should it go back outside? Could it go back to MetLife? Could it go back to Lincoln Financial? Could it go back to Buffalo? Could it go to Pittsburgh?
No, because I don't.
I'm just naming
I would be right. I would be fine with it if it were. I'm not one of those big detractors of snow games, and it being a complete disadvantage, or you have to change up who you are. I think the snow adds a fun element to it.
Especially what happened this Sunday against the Eagles and Rams game. Can you imagine that in the Super Bowl?
And that's, I mean, that's who it was. It was the Eagles. It was the Eagles, the Rams.
Yeah.
That was the game where he said Jalen only had to throw for 180. That was the game I was referencing earlier. I said Bucks for some reason.
Okay. No,
yeah, the Bucks played. I forget who. I don't even remember who the Bucks played now.
The Bucks played the Commanders.
Yeah, that's who it was. Commanders. Yeah. Yeah, it was the Eagles-Rams game.
Yeah.
That he said Jalen on it. Yeah. There we go. But I'm not a huge detractor of the snow games and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't think the Super Bowl wants to put – it would decrease the Super Bowl prices. If they were projected to be out in a blizzard, who's gonna spend $3,000 for a ticket to go sit out in the snow?
That's what I'm saying. Do you think it'd be more fun? Do you think you actually would go? Because if you saw Lincoln Financial Field, that stadium was packed and it was coming down hard after the second quarter. The snow was covered. They even at halftime they had to go out and plow the field just to make the lines visible.
Right. Yeah, but see, and again though, that's not the Super Bowl. That's not
No,
$3,000 tickets. That's their home stadium. So I don't think the NFL will ever go back outside again. I think if the Super Bowl, if the NFL had it their way, I think they would probably try to make all of the stadiums with a retractable roof or something to that extent.
Okay. No, it's just something that came up with, something that I thought about. Just because earlier, when Super Bowl 1 through 5, it was outdoors and it looked like it was fun. I wasn't alive, obviously, but when I saw highlights and it looked fun, I didn't know if they would ever go back to it.
Right. I mean, that is football weather, though, to everybody for the most part. You know, snow, cold,
Cleveland
leaves on the ground.
Pittsburgh and Cleveland had a snowball
that is,
game.
Yeah, that is football weather to a lot of people. But
And we are in February.
This whole new age, though, of the people that are younger than us, they don't want nothing to do with the snow.
Man up. If you like football, just you can handle the cold. Come on, man up. If you want to go out there, if your team was out there, if your team was rooting for the Super Bowl, you would fight the cold. Come on.
I've learned to deal with the cold. I have learned. I wear layers. Trust me.
Even in college football, you gotta rethink. Do they ever go outside in the championship? They can go to Ohio State. They can go to Michigan. They can go Clemson. They can go wherever. It doesn't have to be indoors. Why does it have to be indoors for? And just mix it up a little bit. I don't think college football's ever played outside.
The one thing that I will not subscribe to is all this nonsense saying that the Rose Bowl should permanently host the national championship game. Because that basically eliminates any chance for me to ever go to that game. If it's always in California, that basically eliminates half of the country from going to it, in my opinion, if not more than that.
No, I agree with that. Don't worry. Yeah, you leave Pasadena alone. You keep doing what they do, and you keep the 12-team format. I thought it worked well. You keep the format going. Whoever deserves to go to Pasadena, let them go.
Yeah, but do not permanently put the national championship game.
No.
It shouldn't ever be permanently anywhere. And it also maybe shouldn't even be pre-selected because they somehow or another usually end up giving a home team advantage without actually meaning to do so. Like if the national championship game's in Atlanta and Georgia makes it, that's an advantage. That's a home field advantage basically for Georgia. Alabama would be the same way. Clemson, same thing.
I think they should move the ACC championship to the Rose Bowl and play at midnight.
Facts, Chuck. Facts.
I don't think that stadium's going to be packed.
Hey, it's the All Coast Conference now, though. It's not the Atlantic Coast Conference anymore. It's the All Coast Conference. They could go, they got plenty of California teams. Yeah, go have it at the Rose Bowl. It's a good idea, Chuck. I like that idea.
What about this question here? I'll let you answer this one.
Have all the tourney games on campus. I would be good with having the first 2 rounds on campus. I think this year they only did 1 round on campus. I would be fine doing the first 2 rounds because you still got to have the big bowl games in there one way or another. The Cotton Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl. All of those would still have to be your semifinal games. But I would be perfectly okay doing the first 2 rounds on campus.
All depends on the seating and who's playing. You don't want to make you don't want to make it a home field advantage.
Right.
That's always a factor.
Appreciate you, George. Thank you, buddy. Make sure to hit it on Southern Fried Sports also if you can.
That's
interesting Gamecock call or college football talk that we kind of dove down into there a little bit. I did want to bring up. We'll move back to the Super Bowl, Pensman, if you're good with it.
You're good. You're good. I just asking a couple questions to keep it flowing.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, perfect. So I know we talked about betting. And I'm not necessarily one that's going to bet on the game or anything of that nature. However, with the Super Bowl, you always get these very weird prop bets. And so I wanted to bring up a few of those and get kind of some of the fans' reactions to it and yours. And so,
Listen up, chat. Listen up, chat.
yeah, listen up. I'm going to tell y'all a few of the prop bets. I've got like 5 of them. I'll read off these prop bets and y'all can give your reaction for each one. And then Pensman, I'll let you do it as soon as I mention a few of them. So you can bet on how long the national anthem will last. All right. And Jon Batiste, he sang the Super Bowl, or he sang the national anthem at an NBA All-Star game. Took him 1 minute and 29 seconds. You have the over-under is set at 120.5 seconds. So right at 2 minutes for it to go over or under on the national anthem. The over has hit 6 of the last 10 Super Bowls, making it a very popular yet unpredictable prop bet. You also could bet on national anthem word slip-ups. It's not just about the length. They offer up the odds at how many words the performer will slip up. Jon Batiste, this year's performer, has a strong track record, but mistakes can happen.
That's cold. To bet that's cold.
Last year, Reba McEntire had 0 errors, but past singers like Christina Aguilera had as many as 4 errors. Keep an eye on this prop bet. They do not have an over-under set at the moment, but you could bet on basically one national anthem slip-up and maybe get a payday. Halftime show song selection from Kendrick Lamar. You can take a bet with his song Euphoria at plus 250 odds, or you could take Humble for plus 310. You've got other popular options called N95.
Hold on, JD. Hold on.
Yeah, you're good.
No, he just asked you a question. They still do that?
Yes, they do. They still do. They still very much do, P digits.
You're not American if you slip up.
Hey, there was the one chick. I forget what it was. Oh, I just talked about her not too long ago. The World Series girl, where she went to like alcohol rehab the next day. Oh, man, what was her name?
Oh.
But yes, you're right. You should be able
to. Hold on, chat. If you know what JD's talking about, the girl that did the national anthem for the World Series, if you know who that is, put it down in the chat.
I'll see if I can find it too.
Yeah, no, I'm just letting the chat know it too. You are. I have to disagree with that. If you're not American, if you do that, I have to disagree with that because you are under. If you're at a Super Bowl and you slip up, don't forget there's like 10 to 20,000 people there, and all eyes are on you. So that's a lot of pressure. So in order to know that song, I can see slipping up a word or two. Now, if you get a whole sentence or two, that's different. But a word or two, that I'll let that slip.
Ingrid Andress. That's her name.
It. Okay.
Yeah, Ingrid Andress. And dude, when I say she murdered the national anthem, she murdered it.
Yeah, she butchered it.
And so yeah, you can still bet on that kind of stuff though, P digits and Chuck. The other one that I was going to mention, we did the halftime show selection. How many songs are performed at halftime? You can bet on that. You can bet on his opening song. Here's one that might ring everybody's bell. Hey, George, all you guys that were talking about doing bad things earlier, how about this one? You can bet on the first beer commercial. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Budweiser? Is it going to be Modelo? Will it be Michelob Ultra? What is going to be the first beer commercial? You can make a bet on that.
Chuck says too many.
You can also bet, speaking of too many, you can bet on the total number of commercials. That is right. You can bet on the total number of commercials that come on during the Super Bowl, the typical number is usually between 80 and 100. It's crazy. We were just talking about how bad gambling can be. You can bet on how many commercials there are. What?
You haven't said it yet, but if you paid attention to the last 10 Super Bowls, you can probably bet on the most Dorito commercials too.
Oh, really? Yeah, I bet that's probably one. Or first food commercial.
Yeah, you didn't say anything about that, but I'm guaranteed that's probably on there.
Right. I'm sure it is. Of course, you can bet on the coin toss outcome.
Is there over or under on that?
The bet on the classic Super Bowl coin toss is odds at -104 for both heads and tails. So basically, operating at a disadvantage there. Historically, tails has a slight edge, appearing 30 times compared to 28 times for heads. The Chiefs, seeking their third consecutive Super Bowl, have won 3 of the last 4 Super Bowl coin tosses, including both heads and tails calls. So there you have it. You can't just always call heads. You got to swap it up. You got to call tails some, and then you got to be able to get it right. The Chiefs have managed to do so 75% of the time. You can bet on the length of the halftime show. You have your anytime touchdown scorer props, which Saquon Barkley is leading. Jalen Hurts is on there. Travis Kelce's on here. Of course, you've got Xavier Worthy, Kareem Hunt, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, any one of 100 people could score a touchdown, it seems. So you got anytime.
I'll go heavy commercials if I was at 100.
Yeah, I would say, probably 100.
I would say probably between 80 and 100.
Yeah, if you got to think between every commercial break, you're going to have at least 4. I would say an average of 4, probably sometimes 3, maybe sometimes 5. So an average of 4.
Right.
And if you take 22 commercial breaks, it's 88 commercials.
And that's not included. And just let everybody know, JD did not include the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's probably up there about 20-25 with that half-hour halftime.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, the halftime, they get 30 minutes, I think, for the Super Bowl halftime. It's normally only 15. I think it's 30.
Yeah, because of the concert.
Right. Which that'll be interesting. Like I said, you can bet how many songs he's going to sing. You can bet his opening song. I'm hoping for a good halftime show. That might be the best part of the day. Who knows? We might see a blowout. Chiefs might blow the Eagles out. Eagles might blow the Chiefs out. Who knows? I doubt it, but who knows? And then you can bet, like I mentioned earlier, the total number of penalties on the game.
Right.
So how bad will the Eagles get penalized? Like I said, if you keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, I don't think you have to worry about getting too many penalties called, as long as Mahomes isn't on the field. But if he's on the field, he's going to get flags.
You also forgot that if Jalen Hurts gets so many yards, Patrick Mahomes gets so many yards and so many touchdowns. You forgot about that. You forgot about that too.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I just had some of the more rare prop bets pulled up. Let's see though. We can look up the actual player prop bets for the Super Bowl. I'll pull those up. For Super Bowl.
Chat, while he's looking it up, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl? Just type in Chiefs or Eagles. Just type that in. I want to know your thoughts. I don't care if you're a fan of them. I don't care if you root for one of them. I just want to know who you're going for the Super Bowl only. I don't care who you root for all year long. Just put Chiefs or Eagles. Just let me know. Just curious. Trying to get to know you guys. Bills, they're not even in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's Chiefs. It's Chiefs or Eagles, not Madden.
He's had some of the funniest comments on my show before. I swear, he keeps me rolling. This is why I do it though. It's always a fun time with people commenting.
Oh yeah,
I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are. So yeah, let's see here. I've got some player props pulled.
He said, "Oh, oh,
my bad. I didn't know. I thought the Bills had won.
Might be. I thought the Bills actually pulled it off. They didn't.
No, Josh Allen lost again to Patrick Mahomes, who his prop bet. This one seems pretty easy. Over or under 29.5 rushing yards.
Okay.
I got it over, right? That's an easy over, in my opinion. You've got, let's see who else we got. You got Perrine over 15 receiving yards. Perrine, Samaje Perrine, however you pronounce his name.
So
Over
nobody's going.
15 receiving yards. What do you think about that one?
That's interesting. That I don't know. I thought that was going to be more than that.
Let's see. You got Dallas. His receiving yards has spiked from 46.5 to 50.5.
Well, that's depending if they use him on. When I don't know if you watched the Commanders and the Eagles game, but he did a lot of jet sweeps.
Let's see. We've got Jalen Hurts over or under 210 passing yards. Patrick Mahomes over or under 249.
Any comments on that? Will Jalen Hurts get under 250 yards?
I think Jalen's was 210, Patrick Mahomes is 249.5.
He'll get over 240.
I think Jalen has to throw for more than 210 for them to win. I think they're going to have, I mean, like I said, they're going to have to run the ball but be balanced.
If you remember, Patrick Mahomes was close to 300 yards 2 years ago when these two teams played last time. He was close to 300.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was at 260 or 280.
Yeah, and he had 3 touchdowns. Hurts did when they played. The passing touchdown, this is even for both of them. 1.5 over under 1.5 for both of those guys. Interceptions 0.5, both same number for both.
I don't know. The Eagles defense did get better, so we'll see.
Here we go. How about Saquon Barkley? Over or under 113.5 rushing yards. Kareem Hunt, 46.5 rushing yards. Over or under. And then Jalen Hurts.
Hold on. Are they saying that Pacheco's going to take the pack, all that, and then Kareem Hunt's going to be in the red zone only?
Because they've only got Pacheco at 23.5.
What are they talking about? Pacheco is like their workhorse, and Kareem Hunt does most of it.
This is according to Sharp Football Analysis.
Chuck says over for Saquon.
Over for Saquon. Oh, yeah, I don't mind that one. And then like Kareem Hunt, 46.5, Pacheco, 23.5, Xavier Worthy,
he's gonna smash that 23. He's gonna smash that by halftime.
On Pacheco?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
What's Las Vegas? What's this guy talking about? See, this guy doesn't pay attention to football. Pacheco, I'm not a Chiefs fan. Pacheco does the workhorse. He's like a Derrick Henry. 23. He could do 23 yards in his sleep. Come on.
Well, here's another one. So for his longest rush, Isaiah Pacheco, his longest rush is they're saying over under 8.5. So if he gets one over rush of 8.5, if he gets 9 yards, he's 15 yards away from his rushing total already. That one's a head scratcher for me.
That doesn't make sense at all. Like I said, he can sleep and do that.
Here's two very interesting prop bets right here.
Wherever you got that article, person, that's 4 quarters, not 2.
Here's a very good one. This is, again, the longest rushing prop bet. Patrick Mahomes over under 11.5. Saquon Barkley over under 24.5. So they think Saquon Barkley will have at least one rush of 24 yards. but they only think that Patrick Mahomes will be able to get 11 yards for some reason. That's interesting.
When he's averaging 15 yards per rush. Patrick, Jalen Hurts. Okay.
That one's interesting. Receiving
Now,
yards,
apparently he
A.J.
hasn't.
Brown is the highest.
Apparently he hasn't watched the Commanders game. Apparently he hasn't watched the Rams game. But to be fair, I forgot about this. To be fair, Jalen Hurts has a bum knee.
Yeah.
So you got to think of that. But I'm talking about Pacheco. Pacheco that's a joke. But Jalen Hurts, I don't know.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts might not push it. I don't know.
His rushing attempts is set at 9.5, and his total yards is 38.5. But they think that his longest rush will be 12.5. Yeah, some of their numbers aren't. I mean, but these are all stuff you can bet on, so it's not like it's just where these numbers are set according to these guys. And then you've got receiving yards. A.J. Brown is the highest, 68.5, higher or lower. I'd probably go lower on A.J. Brown there. Travis Kelce is 64.5.
If he plays like he did against the Commanders, I get him over.
Yeah. Or he might be reading a book.
Yeah. True. That good point.
Now, 68.5, that number seems right. I would say he has like 4 catches for 60 yards.
You still hear chat. You can comment when he's reading. You guys are good. Just keep commenting.
And then you've got Travis Kelce, 64.5. I don't know what to do with that one.
That's a possibility.
Mm.
That's a possibility. It's going to be close.
If I just said A.J. Brown gets 4 for 60. Yeah, I think I would put Kelce at 6 catches for 75. Something like that.
And if he gets 1 touchdown, I think he gets a record.
Yeah, that is true.
My question is for you is does Travis Kelce retire if the Chiefs win? Is there one or how many times will they show Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I guarantee you that's a bet. I'll look it up. I'll see if I can't find the number for you. But to your question about Travis Kelce retiring. So, no, I don't think he does if they win. I definitely don't think he does if they lose. I don't think he retires this year.
Gronkowski has 6, right?
4, I think.
I
think he was with Brady for 4 of his 7, if I remember right.
Okay, because I'm thinking when I'm leaning towards this, I think he wants to get close to Gronkowski's record.
Yeah, well, he's already leading.
I think Gronkowski has 5 because he went with them in Tampa.
Yeah, but I think he was only there for the back half.
Okay.
In New England, I think he only got 3 in New England, and then I think he got.
I wasn't sure if you.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I wasn't sure if he was there for 4 and then went to Tampa and got his 5th.
Hey, I'm pretty sure, Chuck, you could see if Taylor Swift has a prop bet to join Kendrick Lamar for the halftime show. I have heard that rumor. Let's see what we can find on Taylor Swift prop bets, though.
We have one more topic, and then we're going to call it quits after this, and we want to talk about Justin Tucker.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, so I've got some Taylor Swift numbers. This will be the last one. Will Taylor Swift be seen?
Do 1 or 2 more. Do 1 or 2 more. That's fine.
Will Taylor Swift be seen during the national anthem? Yes or no? So that's pretty easy. Yes, she'll be seen, I believe. How many times will she be shown live? So here's the over-under.
If she shows up in time. Depends if she has a concert or not.
6.5 times that she'll show up on the broadcast. I'm going to say over.
That's actually a bet.
Yeah. Oh, here's another crazy one. What will happen first? Either team scores a touchdown or a Taylor Swift live shot? Who will be shown more, Jason Kelce or Taylor Swift?
Chuck says way over.
I agree.
That's way over.
Will a picture of Taylor
Penguins just shut out the Predators 3-0 tonight.
Nice. Will a
They are
picture of Taylor Swift in Eagles gear be shown?
They are tied with the Philadelphia Flyers at 52. Keep going, JD. I'm just letting everybody know.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
They are tied with the Philadelphia Flyers and the New York Rangers as of right now at 52 points. So they are slowly moving up in the standings. They just need to keep this winning streak going. They cannot keep winning and losing. If they keep losing and winning, they're not going to go anywhere. They need a little winning streak here in February, and they need a strong March to get back in the wild card playoff picture.
Right.
But keep going.
Yeah, all right, so here's the last couple, and you would have to be a lunatic to bet on any of these things. Will a picture of Taylor Swift in Eagles gear be shown? You can bet yes for plus 600, or you can bet no for minus 1,500, which basically means you could bet $100 to win like $5 or something like that. You'd have to be a lunatic to bet that because we know Taylor Swift's not going to be in Eagles gear.
Wouldn't that be funny if she was in a Barkley jersey?
Not gonna. I mean, it would be, but like you'd have to be a lunatic to bet that. I think.
I know. I'm just saying it'll be comical. It'll be if they go and be a Barkley.
Right, and then the last two that I'll mention, and I'll do them together. Will Taylor Swift appear on stage during the halftime show? You can bet yes for plus 1,000, or no for minus 5,000.
Do they take PayPal?
Right, or will anyone mention Taylor Swift? You can bet yes for plus 550 or no for minus 1,000. Do they take PayPal? That's hilarious. And then, yep, like you mentioned, we're getting up there on time, and you wanted to talk about the Justin Tucker allegations, right?
Right.
I can't believe. I mean, after the season he had.
But hold on, in case you guys don't know, he is accused of another sexual scandal of 10 massage therapists. And I heard today on ESPN that 6 out of the 10 came out and said he did something.
I got
6 out of 10.
This is one of the massage therapist quote right here. I blank at this time no longer feel comfortable working on Justin Tucker. He has made it a point in previous sessions to expose his erect genitals to me by untucking my drapes, regardless of how many times I have to re-drape him and tell him. Oh, hold on, sorry. Had something pop up here. And tell him that he is messing up my drapes. He has done so again in our most recent appointment, May 18th, 2015. Additionally, in his most recent appointment, he made it a point to run his fingers along my inner thigh. After abruptly moving away from him, moving his arm back onto the table, and asking him would he like to pull his arm down on the side of the table, he ignored me. He did this to me twice. This happened at the end of a session as I was closing it out, as the session always ended. It's put me in a very compromising and uncomfortable situation. Upon cleaning his sheets, there was a large spot of ejaculation on my bottom sheet, right where his genitals would have been. As a professional in this field, it has been reported that Justin Tucker upholds a reputation of exposing himself amongst therapists in the past and with past therapists that I have worked with. I understand that Justin Tucker is an important client to the OG, but as an employee of, the QG, but as an employee of the QG who has tolerated these previous interactions with him, I no longer feel safe or comfortable working with him. Wow.
That is crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to make of it. And then after the season he's had too this year, he had one of his worst kicking careers or kicking averages ever this year. For him to have had the season he had this year, and for I just told you guys the date, 2015, for this to come out almost 10 full years later, is timing of things really matter. I hate that any of this stuff, possibly happened, and can't imagine going through that if I were this lady. But why did you wait 10 years to bring it up? Please say
Need to
something
make
sooner.
need to make a short of JD reading that.
I might just have to read it later. Yeah, I might just have to do that one. I no longer feel comfortable working on him.
While
May
driving.
May 18th, 2015. 10 years almost.
Did you notice that it's been a trend? They go 10 years, 15 years.
I mean, I assume that's probably very close to the statute of limitations on it.
Robert Kraft was like 5, 10 years.
And then, of course, yeah, the whole Deshaun Watson thing.
That was about 5, 10 years.
He'll never play in the NFL again. I don't think. I think he's toast. I think Deshaun Watson is toast. Justin Tucker, I mean, depending on what else comes of this, like you mentioned, 10. I see 9 here, but yeah, either way, 9 or 10 women have come out against this guy. Just a wild story, man. Wild story. I wish I could get a massage. My back hurts. I want a massage. I promise I'll keep my hands to myself.
It's something that needs to bring up. It's something that it's part of media. It's interesting.
It is. I just
And,
can't
and I
believe
didn't
after
think
the year he
and I
had.
didn't think Justin Tucker would do such a thing. Like I know I don't know. I just didn't think Justin was that type of person.
I mean, Deshaun Watson was really shocking.
I know he's a Raven, and I know nobody's perfect because you're on the Ravens, but to do that, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Something
mean,
that it's just
it's always the ones you don't expect. I feel like.
and you don't hear about this often, so I just thought that this would be interesting to bring up since nobody else brings it up.
Oh yeah, always. We'll talk about the difficult stuff. I don't care. I'm always down to talk about this stuff. Always, because I mean, if I had a daughter, and if one of my daughters was Justin Tucker's massage therapist, you absolutely better believe I would be saying something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
something would be done
absolutely.
about it. No doubt about it. You're not gonna mess with my kids, son, daughter, neither one. I mean, he's come out, he's denied it. Of course, and I will say this too. This will be the last thing I say. I will kind of wrap it up right here, Pensman, if you're
That's,
good with it.
you're good. That's fine.
But this is one thing that a lot of people fail to understand. There's always 3 sides to every story. Okay? You've got one person's point of view, you've got the other person's point of view, and then usually somewhere right in the middle lays the truth. And that's the thing about these stories, is that you'll always hear the man's perspective, you'll always hear the woman's. Yet some way or another, the truth somehow probably lies somewhere in the middle. Might lie closer to the woman's side. In some situations, it might lay closer to the man's side, or whomever, whatever the story is. The truth of it, though, is that unless somebody witnessed it or saw it or can prove, or there's a recording of it, we usually never know what the truth is.
Video record any kind of recording, because there's people out there that are broke. There are people that are hurting for money. Is the therapist hurting for money, and they're trying to get Justin Tucker because he's a about $10 million kicker, even though he kicks balls for a living and he's good at it, is that money? Is it for money? That's something you got to think about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to think about this too. I've heard of situations where you get into a car accident, you accidentally rear end someone, they get their insurance payout, but guess what? They can still come do after. They can still come sue you. So even though they've gotten money to make themselves whole from the insurance company for their car and whatever else, they can still come sue you as an individual. And yeah, bet your bottom dollar, there's going to be bad people in the world. There's going to be good ones.
Ben Roethlisberger, 2004, had a motorcycle accident, got better, healed up, played, and then he got into a same situation like this, but the girl came out and said that she was only doing it for money. Is this the same situation or not?
Yeah, the fact that it's 9 or 10 of them, I would say probably not. P Digits, Finkel raised at you. Y'all are wild. P Digits also said, one day you're making a commercial for Hertz, another your buddy is speeding down the highway in California.
JD, close it up. Do your thing.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for being here. P Digits, George, let's see, Highlighter Man, Pencil Man, all of you guys that were in here with us, we appreciate you being here. Make sure to hit like and subscribe on everything that we've got going on here. Let's see, did I miss anybody's name? No, I don't think so. Gamecock Chuck, P Digits, Highlighter, Nightbot. That was one I missed. Nightbot. There was Nightbot.
Nightbot's just a monitor.
Right on. We appreciate you guys being here. Again, don't forget to hit like, follow, share, subscribe. We're always here for conversation. You can comment to us. We'll be happy to talk about whatever it is you guys want to talk about it. Huge thank you to Pensman for having me on this evening. My Gamecocks are closing it up a little bit, 68-62. So I'm going to go see if we can't catch a victory, Gamecock Chuck. Y'all be blessed, not stressed, and just be kind to one another. Dang it.